Hello friends, welcome to all of you in Electra classes. Myself Nikhil Bunkar, and today we are going to start our third lecture in the series of current electricity chapter. And now today we are going to deal with the topic that is current density. In previous lecture we discuss about electric current, and now in the series of next we are going to deal with current density term. So what is current density? So as we see in the earlier classes, we deal with electric current term, and we all know the flow of charge per unit time is known as electric current. Now, if the electric current is flows from a particular conductor or from a particular cross section of area for a particular interval of time, in that case there is one more term is to be originated, and here that term is current density. So what is the current density? If any amount of current is flowing from a particular cross section of area. So as we see here, the definition is electric current per unit area is known as current density. Means if electric current flows in a unit cross section area, then it is known as current density, and it's denoted by J vector. So J vector is equals to I divided by A, means we can say electric current divided by area. Now how we can measure the current density? So its unit is ampere divided by meter square. How? So as we see here, the fundamental or the SI unit of electric current is ampere, and the fundamental unit of the area is meter square, and that's why the fundamental unit of the current density will becomes ampere divided by meter square. Now as we see in the earlier class, electric current is a scalar quantity because of electric current does not follow the vector law of addition, and either it has both magnitude and direction in the case of electric current, but there is no angle dependency as we see in the previous class. But now the current density is a vector quantity, and we all know the quantity which has both magnitude and direction known as vector quantity, but not in the case of electric current because of there is no angle dependency. But now the current density is a vector quantity, and it also has both magnitude and direction as well. And so now we discuss how the current density is a vector quantity, how there is an angle dependency, and according to angle how current density changes or varies. So that for that particular section we will take two conditions. So as we see in the first condition, there is a L length of conductor whose cross section area is A, and the I amount of current flows in the X direction as you see in the diagram, and the area is perpendicular to the direction of current flow, and the area vector, there are two terms. One term is the area, and the second term is the area vector. As we see here, the area vector is parallel to the electric current. So how we can say the area vector is parallel to the electric current and area is perpendicular to the electric current? So it's an imagination as suppose if we want to flow the maximum amount of electric current throughout a particular cross section of the conductor, in that case the area vector must be parallel to the electric current, or we can say the direction of electric current and the area vector both must be parallel to each other. In that case only the maximum amount of current drawn through the particular cross section of the conductor. And that how the maximum amount of the current flows from the conductor when in the case of area vector and the electric current both are parallel to each other. That case we will see in our next one. So in this case, here the area vector and the electric current both are parallel to each other, and in that condition the maximum amount of current flows. So in that case, J equals to I divided by A, and the current density in that case, the current density is given by I divided by A. Now we will see the second condition. In the second condition, as you see here, now the area is not perpendicular to the direction of current flow. Here the area is inclined by a particular angle theta. Here the area is inclined by a particular angle theta to the direction of electric current. So as we discussed in the previous, as we say, if there is an angle dependency, in that case a particular physical quantity is a vector quantity, and we all know here the current density is a vector quantity. So here is angle dependency, and if here is an angle dependency, in that case the current density in the second condition must be diminished by some amount we can say. यहाँ पर क्या है कि एंगल डिपेंडेंसी हुई तो हमारा जो करंट डेंसिटी है उसके अमाउंट में कुछ डिक्रीमेंट या इंक्रीमेंट होना चाहिए था. यस, बिकॉज यहाँ पे जो हमारा एरिया वेक्टर, एरिया जो है और करंट की जो डायरेक्शन है वो पर्टिकुलर एंगल से इंक्लाइंड है. अगर हम ये एरिया और इस करंट की डायरेक्शन के बीच में एंगल को चेंज करते जाए तो यहाँ पर करंट डेंसिटी की वैल्यू चेंज होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज यहाँ पे ये वेक्टर क्वांटिटी है. अगर वेक्टर क्वांटिटी है तो ऐसा होना चाहिए. चलिए देखते हैं. अब यहाँ पे एरिया जो है और डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट है, दोनों एक थीटा एंगल से इंक्लाइंड है. सो इस कंडीशन में यहाँ पर दो कंपोनेंट में डिवाइड होगा. हम जानते हैं अगर दो वेक्टर, इफ़ देयर आर टू वेक्टर, ये हमने क्लास 11th में पढ़ा है, अगर दो वेक्टर कुछ पर्टिकुलर एंगल से इंक्लाइंड है, लेट अस सपोज दिस इज वेक्टर ए and this is vector b, if both the vector are inclined by particular angle theta, in that case the resultant is depends on this particular angle. Yes, so here the resultant is depends on the factor a cos theta. Here the resultant is depends on the factor a cos theta because the direction of the electric current is in along the x direction. So here the current density is not same as in the previous condition, and here the current density will be diminished by a cos theta. So what is the amount of current density here? So J is equals to I divided by a cos theta in the second condition, because here the angle between the area and the electric current. So the current becomes J A cos theta, and here A is the area vector. So what we can write, I equals to J dot A vector, J vector dot A vector. There is a scalar product between the current density and the area vector, right? So now we will see two more condition according to the angle dependency, how the magnitude of the electric current varies according to the angle between the current density and the area vector. So some of these special condition are there. So firstly we will discuss, if the angle between the current density and the area vector is 0 degree, means we can say the current density J and the area vector both are parallel to each other. That is our first condition. Here what? The direction of the current density J and the direction of electric current both are in the same direction, or we can say the direction of electric current and the direction of the current density both are in same direction, or we can say both are in parallel in the first case. So here what? Here the J vector and the A vector both are parallel to each other, or we can say in between both of them there is a 0 degree angle. So as we see, the formula is what? I equals to J A cos theta. So what? If the theta is equals to 0 degree, in that case the cos 0 equals to 1. So what we can write? I equals to JA. So if the angle between J vector and the A vector is equals to 0 degree angle, or we can say if J vector and the A vector both are parallel to each other, in that case the maximum amount of current flows throughout the conductor, as we discussed in the earlier section. So now it's proof. What proof? If the angle between j vector and a vector is equals to 0, in that case the maximum amount of current flows throughout the conductor. Now if we vary the angle, now angle between the j vector and the a vector is varies from 0 degree to 90 degree, means we can say the j vector and the area vector both are perpendicular to each other. So in that case the cos 90 will becomes 0 and the current becomes 0. So if the j vector and the a vector, or the direction of current density and the area vector, both are inclined at an angle of 90 degree, or we can say both are perpendicular to each other, in that case the zero amount, or we can say the negligible, or we can say the minimum amount of current flows throughout the conductor. So there are two conditions. So according to these two conditions, we can say that according to angle, according to cos theta, or we can say according to theta, means according to the angle between the j vector and a vector, or the amount of electric current varies. I hope you'll understand this lecture and you enjoy this lecture. In the series of next lecture, we will discuss about the current flow through the conductor and how the charges flow through the conductor. Thank you.